Ring, ring, ring. Postman. Who this?
Jarry the worst. I want to start every video with putting Zeus in it because he really be beside me. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jarry, and today first of all, I know you guys noticed it's a new setup. I felt like my apartment and living room was getting a little bit tiresome, and I don't know, I just wanted something different, a little bit more girly, a little bit more professional, because yeah, it's my apartment. And so I decided to just like make a room for just filming and taking pictures and stuff like that. So here we are. Tell me what you think about it. I bought this off of, you know where the hell I got this. I got this from AliExpress. Per usual, everything I buy is from AliExpress. This is from Dolls Kill, and these are the shoes I made myself, and they will be coming out soon. I'll have more information on that some other video, but we're gonna focus on this, I don't know, fire orange inspired look. Yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think about this look. Tell me what you think about my new setup. Tell me, I'm just trying to change things up, you know. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Now, yeah, we're gonna start it now. Alright, so boom, you guys, we're literally starting off with baby face and working our way into, like, you know, grown and sexy. And I also have a code. I wanted to state that like right off the bat, if in case like you guys see that I sound weird. But I'm going to start off with filling in my brows with my Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And this pencil was actually sent to me by Benefit. I usually never try anything in their brand because I really wasn't attracted to it. But now that I like try the pencil, I really like it. It doesn't make my brows look too heavy, and it fills it in really freaking quick. And so after that, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Suede and start shaping out my brows. And I wanted to keep a lot of these clips in just to show you guys it takes a while for me to shape out my brows because I don't get my brows done often. Like, I get my brows done every like 6 months, babe. Like it is not often at all. And so when I'm like shaping out my brows, I have to be very meticulous about it to make sure it's not too thick. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Fenty foundation in 410, and I'm just going to use this foundation to shape out the top of my brow just because it's a darker shade than Suede, and it won't give me halo brows, you know. And after I'm done shaping it out, I'm just going to tap all that foundation and concealer out just to make sure it's nice and flat. Also, as you guys can see, I base my eyes as well, but I am going to be putting another base on top of it. I do 2 bases just so that like it comes out nice and clean and you don't see that line of demarcation later. So now I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution cut crease base, excuse me, in the shade Create, and I'm going to, because this is a very light shade, I'm going to focus this at the middle of my lid and make sure I don't move it too far outwards, because I don't want to make my lid too bright, you know. And then I'm going to take my Color Me Caribbean palette from Posh Couture and take the black shade out of that palette, and I'm going to pat that at the edge of my lid, you guys. And you want to make sure you're using patting motions, no circular windshield motions or anything like that. Just keep packing on the color. That's how you're going to get it as dark as possible. Then I'm going to take my Colourpop Exes&Ohs palette, the burgundy out of that palette, and start patting that along the edge of that black. And you want to make sure that you're focusing this burgundy shade at the edge of that black. That way you're not really you're not making it look muddy, you know, because if you put it right on top of that black, it's going to get really muddy really quick. But if you focus it at the edge where you haven't put eyeshadow on yet, it's going to, like, you know, smoke it out just a little bit. Now I'm going to take my Poi Cosmetics Fall Frenzy palette, and I'm taking another burgundy shade. This one is just a little bit brighter. And I'm just going to smudge out that other burgundy, and I'm going in circular motions using the same brush, and I'm going to pop back in with that black as well as that burgundy just to refreshen things up. Now, using this orangish peachy type of shade out of the Fall Frenzy palette, I'm going to focus this along the edges of that burgundy just to smoke it out even more. And as you guys can see, I'm doing the windshield wiper motion that I said not to do. But I'm doing it at the edges of the eyeshadow to kind of smoke it out and make it a little less opaque.
because I don't want the edges to be this opaque. I want the middle of my lid to be really, really opaque. That's when you start packing the eyeshadow on. Am I making sense? Basically, you pack the eyeshadow on when you want it to be opaque. You use the windshield wiper motion when you want it to be a little softer and more gradient. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Colourpop white concealer. I think this is the no filter concealer, and I'm going to start to do like a soft type of cut crease. And I'm also going to be bringing the crease up really, really high. And I want to emphasize that I'm patting this concealer on. I'm not pulling it. You got to pat it on top of that eyeshadow. That way it doesn't get patchy. And as I get to the edges with a little less concealer on my brush, I'm just going to pat along the edges. That way I get like a nice, soft, blown out type of edge, and it's not like too crisp, you know. Then I'm going to take my Colourpop Super Shock shadow in the shade Monkey Business, excuse me. And I'm going to start patting that on as my transition color. And this is a really freaking bright shade. I'm surprised this is like my first time using it. It's super bright and it's really, really freaking creamy. It applied really fast. Then I'm going to take my JD Glow Cosmetics Atomic Yellow shade, and this is like a shimmery yellow type of thing, and it's crumbling before my eyes, so I need to buy another one. And I'm just going to pull that along the inner crease area, and I'm going to start putting my color. I'm going to mix two colors. I'm going to take the Colourpop Super Shock shadow in Bumblebee and in the shade Extra Sprinkles, and I'm going to mix this and put this along my inner tear duct area. Now I'm going to take one of my favorite liners. It's the Rimmel Scandal Eyes liner, and I'm going to take this and make a really thick line. And I like this liner because it has like a little ball at the end that kind of controls where the liner goes. Then I'm going to take my Inglot Gel Liner in the number 87 and start lining underneath my lid just to give it like a pop of color. And I don't know, this is a really pretty liner, and Inglot's liners apply so beautifully, but I never get a chance to use them like I want to. I don't know. I'm going to try to use it a little bit more. Nonetheless, I'm going to put the same shade of colors I put at the top of my lid to the bottom and finish off with my lashes from Lash Talk. I'm just going to pop these on. These are really big but fluffy lashes, and I think they're mink as well. And they just like, you know, completed the whole entire look. So now we can finally move on to my face. I'm going to just wipe off all that excess eyeshadow with this little I guess it's like a little sponge. Then I'm going to take my Mehron Primer toner, and this toner, baby, this toner dries you the hell out. This toner is so drying that if I don't moisturize correctly or deeply before I put it on, my face is literally like too dry, you know. And I have combination skin. If you have really, really oily skin, this is definitely the toner for you, and you want your makeup to lay nice and matte and flat all day, definitely try it out. So I lost the footage of me putting my foundation on, but I already showed you guys I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation in 410, and I'm just taking that LA Girl Pro Concealer in Suede and tapping that out with my Real Techniques sponge. This is really the only sponge that I like. And then I'm going to go in with this little foundation brush and just tap everything in and make sure it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to take my Crayon case chalk dust powder and tap that at my under eye. I'm not pressing it too hard because I don't want my under eye to be too bright, but I just want to, you know, bake it in place. And then I'm going to finish up with contouring. As usual, I'm going to use my black Radiance contour palette in the shade medium to dark, and I'm just going to lightly contour. When I have like these really dramatic eyes, I don't want to put too much contouring on just because it makes it borderline drag, I guess. But I also think I kind of failed at my base makeup looking, you know, a little lighter because I applied way too much blush. I'm using my Lancome Keep Calm and blush, and this is my favorite free. It's a really good blush. I just applied too much of it. It applies really soft and like just adds like a nice touch of color. However, yeah, I just put too much on, and I feel like I should start trying to do my brows after my eyeshadow, because that way I won't overfill my brows, because I also think that's what I did with this look too. But nonetheless, we're going to keep going. I'm using my Aeva highlighter in Beach Tease, and it's like this orangish pink iridescent type of loose pigment, and I like it. I don't know, I never really learned how to control loose pigments, so I don't really pick them up, but now that I'm using them a little bit more, I really love the effect. It makes my highlighter look really bright with a touch of color, you know. Then I'm going to take my Rimmel Wonder Brow in medium and just kind of pull my brows into place. I'm just doing this now because I forgot forgot to do it earlier. And then I'm going to finish up with my lips. I'm using my Posh Cosmetics Chestnut and Sepia shade. Oh my god. And I'm going to show you guys this little trick I learned, or I don't know if it's a trick or it's just something I finally picked up. But basically you want to put your dark lipstick on first, and I applied that along the edges and I left the middle lip bare, and then I put the pink at the middle of my lip and kind of push it out towards the edges. Then I'm going to take that same brush I used for my concealer and start patting that on top of the pink once everything is dried. And as you guys can see, it made it look nice and matte, and it made it look almost a little bit pastel-y. It just added a really nice finish to the lipstick. Now I'm going to take my Colourpop Pixie Dust. Baby, Colourpop has everything. When they sent me this, I was like, y'all are really expanding the brand. But basically, I'm just applying this along my chest just to make sure it's nice and glowing. I'm going to take my hair out and use my Chai Silk Infusion, just putting this in my hair and running the flat iron through my hair just to make sure it's nice and flat for these pictures, honey. Finishing up with some earrings, and I am completely done, you guys. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. Tell me what you think about this eyeshadow look. Don't focus on my base makeup. Focus on this eyeshadow, okay? And tell me what looks you want to see next. And tell me what you think about my setup. I hope you guys really liked it. I was so tired of my freaking apartment. I just had to change it up a little bit. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Hopefully not sick, okay? Okay.
Looks, I be giving looks, Fashion Week in New York and I just got booked. Looks, I be giving looks, Fashion Week in New York and I just got booked. Looks, I be giving looks, Fashion Week in New York and I just got booked. Looks, I be giving looks, Fashion Week in New York and I just got booked.